today's video blog, I want to share something with you about fishing for calicos and sand bass using bucktails. It's one of my favorite ways to catch fish. And from a recent trip that we did, just aired not too long ago here on my TV show, we catch a lot of these calicos and sand bass, and I get most of mine using bucktails. So let's take a look at this video clip. There it goes. Got another bass going here in the kelp.
Changing those baits again.
There it comes. Nice color of this fish. Nice calico.
Calico.
Just flipping a bucktail right in the kelp here. It's a beautiful color fish. You can tell this fish has been in the kelp a long time, gold color to it. And again, all I'm fishing is just a little bucktail jig like this. Just a beautiful little bait with a little strip of squid on there, and it's working really good. Well, let's take a little break from the action here aboard the Clemente and go to the tackle box and give you a good look at the gear we're using for today's fishing. This week in the tackle box, I want to talk to you a little bit about what we're doing today. You know, we're fishing over at the island, looking for calico bass, never know what to expect, maybe an exotic or two. But because we're targeting the calicos and we have live squid for bait, I really like to fish with a bucktail. And this is a bucktail right here. And they work really good. The big advantage with using a bucktail is I know exactly where my bait is at all time. If it's laying on the bottom, I know that's where my bait is. And as I wind the lure up a little bit, I'm picking that lure up off the bottom, working it. I know exactly where it is. I know that sounds a little weird, you know, why does it matter? But it's really important. If you're fishing with a sliding sinker, maybe your sinker's all the way in the bottom, but your bait could be anywhere from 5 feet to 20 feet off the bottom. You don't know where it is. With the bucktail, as that bait is falling to the bottom, I know that there's lots of slack out there, and as that lure's falling, fish picks it up. I know exactly where it is, and I can set the hook, and I get an idea of the depth that the fish are hanging out in. I can target that depth over and over. If it's right on the bottom, off the bottom 10, 20 feet, or up on the surface, I'll get a good idea by the way this bucktail falls. Now, it's really important when you're fishing in these kelpy areas that you have your bucktail take a long time to fall down. Having that live squid on there will help with that. It's going to take longer for it to go down, but what really helps a lot is the size of bucktail you use. This is a 1/2 ounce model. This is a 6 ounce model. This is going to fall a lot faster than that, but if I can get away, if I can cast far enough with a 1/2 ounce model, that's what I'm going to use. I'm not really necessarily worried about the size of the hook because this is a much smaller. I just want to get that bucktail in there a couple of times and let that bait take its time and flutter down. If I have lots of current or if I have a lot longer cast to make, then I'm going to move up. I'm going to go to a 2 ounce or a 1 ounce. Sometimes I even have to use a 6 ounce bucktail if we just have screaming current. That's the only way I can get down there. And I know it looks like a big bait, and it is, but to a 5 pound or 8 pound calico bass, this just looks like a little French fry. They're going to eat that whole squid behind it and this at the same time, and they work out really good. Again, I really like the bucktails because I know exactly where my bait is at all times. And the one tip I would tell you is use the lightest bucktail that you can get away with, that you can cast comfortably, get it by the kelp, and let it slowly flutter down. And you'll be successful using these baits with the live squid or even the fresh dead. It works really good. Well, let's get back on the water and show you more exciting action right here on Sport Fishing. See what I got. Calico. Here we go. Little calico. Not quite legal. Last year this would have been legal. Today's a little short. Well, this is what we're going to keep doing today. We're out here on the Clemente, fishing really close to kelp here, right along the beach. When you drive from LA to San Diego, you see all that kelp off Camp Pendleton. That's where we're fishing right now. Catching fish like this, using all these live anchovies, cut squid. It's working out really good. All right, well, stay tuned. We'll be right back with more action aboard the Clemente. I'll let this guy go. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. I just want to show you how versatile bucktails work. I catch lots of fish on them. I use them for everything. Calicos, sand bass, white sea bass, halibut, even rockfish. They work really, really good. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video and you learned something. Thanks for watching, and for more information, make sure you follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and subscribe right here, and I'll talk to you again really soon.